Welcome back to Yoga Awakening. I'm Katie. And today's practice is a feel-good flow for neck, shoulders, and arms. We'll begin today's practice in a seat. So you could be seated just as I am, or you might prefer a different seat. I have a block underneath the hips. So come into your seat, and then to get started, we're going to bring the fingertips, the pads of the fingers, right up here to the upper trap. So you might even give yourself a little nice massage there. You'll probably feel that there is kind of a big muscle here that you can grab onto, a strong muscle. This sort of meaty area as you kind of fall off the sides of the neck and before you make your way all the way over to the shoulder joint. So I'm going to maintain a little bit of pressure there, kind of as much as feels good for you. Maybe you like a little bit of sensation, maybe you're giving yourself a nice little massage. Maybe you'd rather just sort of rest the weight of the hands, the fingertips on top. So a little bit of pressure, and then I'm going to maintain that in our next few movements. So first I'll tuck chin to chest. So spine is long, all that's moved is neck and head. And then start to look up back through neutral and then keep going. And tilt the head back a little. Opening that throat space, the front side of the neck. And then back through to center, so I'm keeping this nice sense of pressure there with fingertips, right ear to right shoulder. You'll probably feel some of these muscles that are under your fingers, hands moving as you move. So just notice whatever's there. Get curious about whatever is happening there in the body. Back through center, left ear, left shoulder. Noticing that movement under the fingertips perhaps. And then back through center. This time I'm going to turn the head and look over to the right. One more time, through center, turn the head to the left. The rest of the body still. Back to center. Release the hands, place them on the tops of the thighs or the knees. And then just notice maybe sort of a flush of energy or circulation coming into this area of neck, tops of the shoulders. Maybe for you it feels nice to pause, connect to the breath, find that moment of stillness. Or you might prefer some little shrugs of the shoulders, squeezing up now, engaging and using those muscles we just felt with the fingertips. Maybe some circles, a little free movement, just checking in with this area of the body. Great. And then you can stay in whatever seat you're in, or you might join me here. I'm going to stay seated up on my block and just bring the feet somewhere out in front of me, nice and wide. We're going to be taking this into a twist, but a slightly more active twist. So if you're here with me in this variation through the legs, I'm going to connect the outer edge of the left arm with the inner edge of the left leg. So there's that connection, pressing in from both sides, in with the arm, in with the leg. And then I'll turn over to the right. Once you've found that twist, you can start to bring the right hand somewhere behind you. Maybe the fingertips can release down and find the mat. Long up through the spine. Find whatever engagement you need there to create that sense of length. One more round of breath. Continue to press in to the knee, to the leg with the arm, and the leg into the arm. Exhale, make your way back to center. We'll switch sides. So now right arm coming in. It's going to press into the leg as the leg presses back into the arm. Once you've found your twist, left hand behind. Engaging to sit up nice and tall. Feeling chest open. Exhale, back through to center. You can stay here with me or maybe return to your Sukhasana or another shape. We're going to continue on with a little flow for the arms here through Garudasana or eagle arms. So I'm going to start with the right arm on top, and then I could just take my X shape here, maybe working in this position, one elbow kind of on top of the other. Pressing elbows into each other, strong here through shoulders and arms. I might continue by bringing backs of the hands together and then pressing in from there. Maybe the palms come together. So both probably some activity and some stretch here, maybe feeling it through the backs of the shoulders as I press the arms, elbows in towards each other, towards the midline. And then exhale to release, opposite side, left elbow or arm is going to come on top. I can bend at the elbows and stay there. Maybe backs of the hands, maybe palms. So don't go so far that you're feeling big stretch, because we also want to be able to create some nice activation. So we don't want that stretch to steal 100% of our focus. Find somewhere in the middle where you can squeeze arms in towards the midline. Exhale, release. We'll repeat that one more time, each side. Maybe this time just exploring a little bit through the shape. You could adjust where the elbows are in space, lifting up or down. And once again, getting curious about this area of the body. Through neck, shoulders, arms. Exhale to release. One more time, second side. And release there. We'll transition into tabletop. So if you've got your block, you could set that off to the side. Find your way to all fours, cat-cow. Maybe here is where you really start to check in with the breath and just allow this whole body movement here through torso, pelvis, hips getting involved, just to be soft and easy. And then find your way to your neutral spine. Here we're going to take some scapular push-ups. So the scapula or the shoulder blades that sit roughly like this on the back of the body. Part of the shoulder joint, this whole area of the shoulder. So to create these scapular push-ups, I'm going to think about pushing my chest down towards the mat, but as the shoulder blades lift. So I'm not integrating pelvis, spine, and the rest of the body as I was in cat-cow, but I'm isolating for this smaller movement. Imagine you could push the chest, the sternum down towards the mat as shoulders stay where they are, and then opposite movement. So now the shoulder blades draw away from each other along the back of the body. You can think about pressing into the hands, and there might be a feeling of sort of roundness along this portion of the upper back. Now those shoulder blades come closer together as I push the chest down. And they spread further apart as I lift the back body, the upper back up. So let's continue this movement, this flow between these two positions of the shoulder blades for a few more rounds. If this is brand new to you, just give it a try, do your best. Sometimes it can be really challenging to find these more isolated movements. So just know that in giving it a try and focusing the attention there, you are creating more awareness, more proprioception. Maybe starting to feel that work and energy and heat building there around the shoulders, arms. Let's take one more round. And then release it back, hips to heels, palms face up. Just a moment there to pause and notice. We'll come through back to tabletop and then transition into more of a half plank pose. So that means your knees will probably be a little bit further back of your hips. And then here comes our next challenge, 3 push-ups. Of course, you could always take these push-ups from plank if that's comfortable for you, if that's accessible enough for you to get to 3. So you choose. Elbows can come straight back if you prefer, a little bit more of a chaturanga or yoga style push-up, or elbows could reach out a little further to the sides. So here we go. The aim today is slow as you can go, and slow is harder, not easier. All right, so move with the breath. As you exhale, that's your lower down. Slow on the way up 2, that's 1, 2 more. On your exhale, lower. Slow on the way up. So if you're feeling the arm shaking, that's a good sign you're working hard. 1 more. You might hold there at the bottom, feel the arm shake, and press back up. Great, we're making our way right away, downward facing dog. Continuing that challenge there. Find a little movement just for the whole body. Heel side to side. And then we'll meet here, downward facing dog, stillness, one round of breath. Pressing into the hands, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, step the right foot forwards. And we'll pivot on the back foot, setting up for extended side angle. If you have a block here, you could grab that and bring it to the outer edge or the inner edge of the right foot. And then I'm going to lift up here. Right hand could be on the block, any height, maybe a little higher is nicer, I think, for the aim of our practice today. And here we are in extended side angle. So to start, I'm going to keep the right hand on the block and just take some big circles through the left shoulder. So make these circles as controlled and active as you can, reaching through the left fingertips. Feeling in to the shoulder, how it makes this movement. Moving steadily through space. You can reverse your circle if you haven't already. And then we're going to reach both of the arms up, bending through the right knee, challenging here too for the legs. And then send the arms over to the right. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, release. You can set the block there off to the side for a moment. Plant the left hand. Transition side plank. Right arm lifts up. Press the hips away from the mat. Feel that stability there up through the left arm and shoulder. And here we're going to take some thoracic spine and mobility. These reach through. So inhale. Right arm reaches up. Exhale, the right arm extends through, reaches through, in between feet and left hand. Sort of curling in, maybe rounding there in the spine. Keep going. 3 more. Strong there through the left shoulder. 1 more. Arm working hard too. And find your way to plank. From plank, child's pose. Palms could be face up here. Find your even, steady breath. All right, we're taking that over to the second side. So downward facing dog to start. This time, left foot steps through. I'll set up my feet for extended side angle. Bring my block along. Left hand to the block. Extended side angle. And then let's take our circles through the right shoulder. Maybe following your movement with the gaze. If that feels a little unsteady, you can always find a single point of focus with the gaze instead. Connect into this movement of the joint as you make your circles. Really attentive controlled. Reverse that direction if you haven't already. And then it will lift up a bit, keeping the left knee bent. Arms extend up, and then I reach over to the left, strong, towards the front of the mat. Reaching out through shoulders, fingertips. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. On your exhale, release. Plant the right palm, set the block to the side. And we'll transition to side plank. Extend the left arm. And then here are those reach throughs. I curl in as I reach the left hand arm through feet and right hand. And then sweep it back up. Pressing the hips up away from the floor. 3 more. Inhale as you reach. Exhale as you come through. One more. Great, and then transition to plank pose. One more time at child's pose, maybe palms face up. Settle back into the breath. Lift out of your child's pose, transition on to the back. And here we are in our cool down. You've made it. Recline twist over to the left. And for this recline twist, you might opt for cactus arms. Just something approaching cactus arms. Maybe to bring it a little bit more here into shoulders and chest. Feel the breath in the belly. Feel hopefully some fieriness and warmth and activation around this area of shoulders, arms, neck. Let all that start to settle as you melt into the floor, as you broaden through the chest. Let's take it over to our second side, hips back to center, and then knees off to the right, adjust as you need. Make your way back to center, knees to chest. And then we'll transition from there into a seat to close our practice. Meet me here in a seat, hands to heart center. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste.